Okay, baby, we are back. So I don't really do a lot of CNN and MSNBC and Fox like that. I normally do YouTube news, but since I'm going to start doing YouTube news, I'll start covering some of the main channels, or not, what do you call it, the mainstream channels. But I'm also going to cover the YouTube channels. So let's get into this. Anderson Cooper. Oh, this is a illegal Mexican who I think voted for Trump. Let's see.
President-elect Trump made official what CNN has been reporting for several days, namely that Stephen Miller will join Tom Homan in taking the lead on the issue in the new administration on the mass deportations, fulfilling an oft-mentioned campaign promise. Rosa Flores has more now on what this could mean for Hispanic families facing deportation, even those who supported the president-elect.
How many of you are U.S. citizens? How many of you support Donald Trump? You're undocumented and you support Donald Trump.
I support Donald Trump for the economy.
Two Hispanic families with mixed legal status in Houston with two...
It's a bit strange to me that you could support him for the economy, but if he deports you, you won't get to enjoy the economy. But let's see where it goes.
Two different takes on President-elect Donald Trump's return to the White House. This is the Espinosa's first gathering since Trump's win. How many of you fear that deportation could impact your family? Cesar Espinosa, a husband and father, was a DACA recipient until this summer when he got a green card. His sister and brother-in-law are DACA recipients. His sister-in-law is a green card holder, and the rest of his family here are U.S. citizens. Some who are not present are undocumented. You're a green card holder. Your wife is a U.S. citizen. Why are you afraid of deportation?
I just became a green card holder after 33 years of being in this country. I don't think people understand the fear. It's a constant shadow hanging over our heads.
What was your reaction to Donald Trump winning?
I cried a lot. It was emotional. Have my family, like, if they're gonna be here or they're not gonna be here.
So I've seen people talk about, oh, they're overreacting, they're not going to deport people that are citizens and this and that. I did see Stephen Miller, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, talking about how, or no, it was the other guy, I think, or maybe both of them, talking about how they would deport whole families, that they wouldn't break up families, that even if you're a citizen, you could leave with your undocumented, or like if your kids are citizens, they could leave with the undocumented parents and whatnot. So I could see how that would make you very upset if like this whole family here, all those people were U.S. citizens, right? And if they have enough undocumented immigrants in their family throughout, they might all have to go if they don't want to separate their family. It's a pretty big family, right?
And how do you tell all of our kids, like my nephews, they're also our kids.
To tell people that this doesn't live in kids and children's mind and teenagers and young adults' life is a lie.
Gelasio Velasquez is an undocumented mechanic who has worked in Houston for 25 years.
Oh.
He plays in this park with his two U.S. citizen children, ages 5 and 9, and stands by Donald Trump. So you support Donald Trump because of the economy?
For the economy, yes.
But you don't support the anti-immigrant rhetoric?
I'm not support the anti-immigrant action.
Do you support his mass deportations?
No, it's not human.
Are you afraid that you could be deported in this mass deportation?
I'm not afraid.
Espinosa runs a migrant advocacy group and says many people...
I find that a little bit strange. I'm going to let the man speak, but you're voting for the economic actions and you're against the inhumane immigration actions. But again, how are you going to enjoy the economic actions if you're deported?
Are afraid and have called him in tears.
I think there's a heightened sense of fear.
Explain why Latino men are going to Trump.
Democrats forget the promise when these guys are in the office in the Washington. The Latinos want a better nation.
And then again, oh my gosh, can we get some Green Party people going on? Even the Libertarian Party. Like, I totally disagree with most libertarian ideas, but I just want more ideas to be out there. There's only 2 people on that debate stage. There should be at least 5 people, if not 10 people, and they should make it different than debates. Debates kind of suck on the presidential level. They should be more of a talk, like how Trump did the internet, did all the podcasts. We need to be doing more of that, and Joe Rogan, you need to get the Green Party on a lot more often, and you do the Libertarian Party, but I don't know. We just need more Green Party talk. Let's get back to this.
Espinosa believes some of the Latino support for Trump was a vote against the prospect of the first black female president.
There's still a lot of machismo. There's still a lot of misogyny. And something that we need to say aloud is there's a lot of anti-blackness.
Velázquez says he hopes Trump finds compassion for immigrant fathers like him who are not criminals. If you get deported, would you regret your support to Donald Trump?
No me arrepentiría.
He's saying that he wouldn't regret supporting Donald Trump. So you're really not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your children and the future of your children.
Yes, I want the better for my children.
Cesar says he feels guilty for bringing so much uncertainty to his family. What's it like for you to see your wife go through this and the emotions that she's going through?
I apologize to her a lot. We fell in love right away, and we got married almost right away, because when you know, you know.
We asked Velázquez and Espinosa the same final question. Do you have a plan in case you get deported?
I respect that decision. I leave the country. I'm not come back.
There is a plan. We've talked about it openly with our family.
I don't understand if he's undocumented. If they tell him to leave, he'll leave now, but he came here illegally. Why would he respect the decision now when he didn't respect the law before? That doesn't make any sense.
Turns out,
and again, where's his kids gonna go?
these 2 Hispanic families with 2 different takes on Trump's win have the same plan if they get deported. They would go to Mexico as a family.
Okay, so
As
he
for
would take
how
his kids, I guess is what he's saying, to Mexico. And then how is that gonna help him and his kids if they get deported? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but let's let the CNN anchors get at it.
Organizations across this country are preparing for possible deportations. First of all, nationally, the ACLU and LULAC, they're preparing for the legal fight to challenge some of these policies in court. And then there's organizations, for example, in California, who are calling for immigration reform. And in New York, organizations who are switching their mission a little to focus on the possibility of mass deportation. And Anderson, I talked to some organizations here in Texas on the border who say that if the federal government is actually going to deport a lot of migrants in this massive way, that they should do so with dignity. Anderson.
Rosa Flores, I appreciate it.
If you escaped the Maui wild,
Let's get them out with dignity, heads held high. What does that even mean? So, okay, we have an illegal Trump supporter, not an illegal Trump supporter, an illegal immigrant that's a Trump supporter, undocumented immigrant, and he doesn't think he's going to get deported. But if they pass the law that he needs to leave, he'll leave when he entered illegally in the first place. So I'm not exactly sure how many people would do that and why they would do it now. So what is the difference? If that was the law before, why would you break that law? And then they changed the law that you can't stay and then you're just going to leave? Make that make sense. But that'll be it for this one, and we'll be back soon.